So if you have a disease like multiple sclerosis, you're facing something that most likely people around you won't empathize with or truly understand. Well, the disease started writing your life story, and the only way you're gonna get it back is to start rewriting it yourself. Us two MS vets are gonna talk about the things that we're doing to rewrite our own MS stories right now.
Now.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Damien. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis a few years ago and have been making content about the disease ever since. If this is your first time here and you'd like to learn more about MS while laughing and gaining a sense of community, start by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss any updates. MultipleSclerosis.net did a Facebook Live poll asking, how well do your friends and family understand your MS? 45% said somewhat, 39% said very little, and 12% said not at all. How does one adjust to that? How does one go through these symptoms and still live their best life? Well, my guest Brittany is someone who does that among the best of them. And she runs a blog, a hot mess. Okay, you still is a hot mess, girl. What's up, Britt?
Hi, Damien.
How you doing?
I'm good, love. How are you?
Just another day at the office talking about the sclerosis. When did you get diagnosed? What's your MS story? Like, talk to me about that. What is that?
Sure. So I was diagnosed in September of 2019, and it started with noticing a lot of lack of mobility in my left leg.
Okay.
When you can't stand up to put your underwear on, you know something's wrong. So I saw a neurologist, and they started me on Rituxan, and I've been adjusting and making the best out of a crappy situation ever since.
So that's a new life. Absolutely. So how did you start adjusting to your new life? Like, what is this about?
It's a mindset. I have had to change my mindset to kind of create the reality that I want to see by making adjustments and staying positive.
Okay. So like I got my card up here says, focus on turning something crappy into something beautiful. Like you've said something that like you feel that your numbness is glitter. Like, what is that? Talk to me about that.
It's funny. I've associated the numbness and tingling feeling in my legs with changing it into something positive. So for me, if I could associate the feeling with something physical, it would be glitter.
Yo, I mean, that's nuts because like all the tingling and the numbness, the sclerosis glitter, like it don't feel like glitter, but it kind of does. Like, you also say something else too.
People always tell me, you look so good. And in my head, I'm like, well, MS don't make you ugly.
Okay, girl, it don't make you ugly. I have a central nervous system disease. I was not born with facial irregularities, okay? That's not even a word, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's true though. Like, you look so good, but, you know, it doesn't make you more beat up in the face. Like, it make you feel bad on the inside.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of things that you talk about and that I live as well is making adjustments. So you got diagnosed, like what kind of adjustments did you make?
I think it comes down to the point of we never hesitate when it comes to praising ourselves for our victories. We have to start looking at our disasters in the exact same way. Praise your disasters just as much as your victories.
Like, what does that mean? Like, if you fall down the steps, be like, oh, I fell down the steps. Like,
you can't have one without the other. You cannot have one without the other. So, you know, for me, it was changing my perception on things allowed me to change my reality. So change your perception, change your reality.
Got it. And also there's being confident with mobility aids. Like, what's this about? Like, you got a cane. How are you supposed to be confident that you're walking around with this thing?
It's difficult to be confident with a mobility aid, especially when you are in a younger generation and you're in your early 30s. And it's something that's not typically as normal to see. So for me, it was taking that mobility aid, making it represent my personality and bringing it into my fashion sense that made me more confident when it came to actually using it.
Okay. So you just sort of just brought it in and, you know, made it part of your own life, so to speak. Like, this is me, bruh. Deal with it. I ain't gonna be mad I'm not gonna be ashamed in my brain that you might think something else about me because I got this cane. I need this cane so I can lean on this cane because my foot dropped.
Exactly. It's breaking the stigma of what disability looks like.
Wow. Right, because this disability doesn't look like me. Disability doesn't look like you. It's on some other sort of like level where it's like, oh well, disability means that you're Stephen Hawking. And
Right.
even if you are Stephen Hawking was happy, bro. So there's something in sort of still finding joy, even when things like the walls are closing in on you, you know?
Right. And I think something that comes into play with that is really on a level of stop caring what other people think. Which is retraining your brain.
So stop caring about what others think, and I included including yourself. So like because it's easy to be self-conscious. It's like, no, bro, you need that thing.
Stop caring.
Use that thing, man. You're already hurting. Are you going to add some psychological hurt on top of that? I hope not. Something else that you talk about is like owning this thing and loving yourself and even the junky parts. Like, talk to me a bit more about that. Like, that's kind of cool.
Self-acceptance and self-care is key in this entire process of adjusting to our new normal that's chaotic. You have to start retraining your brain to evoke the change that you want to see.
What does this mean? Was this like some Martin Luther King thing? Like, be the change you wish to be in the world, Lord Jesus.
Evoking the change that you want to see is making the adjustments that are going to better your quality of life, regardless of what other people think.
Or what you might think about it at the current time. Because I know specifically I had to change my diet. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean I can't eat meat? What do you mean I got to meditate every day and do like exercise every day? Well, that's kind of part of it, dude. And that's kind of sort of, this is where you are. And you are just getting something different in your life. And bit by bit, incrementally, you get to change your story. It's not something that you go to sleep, take a pill, you take a pill, go to sleep, wake up, and tomorrow you don't have MS no more. It's like, nah, this is a game of inches. And that's kind of what loving yourself and giving yourself the grace when you sort of miss that mark, or you can actually do more, but you're just not today.
Absolutely.
It's okay. Also, like a kind of a good thing that kind of came out of this too is sort of deepening the relationship with your son. Like, talk with me about that more.
Well, as a mom, it's really important for me to not only teach self-acceptance to myself and my readers and my viewers and my followers, but also my kids. My son has gotten really involved in photography. He's actually the one that takes every single photo on my Instagram page.
And they're fabulous. Not only
thank you. And he really loves doing it. He has, he's really pulling out his artistic ability. But it's not only teaching him an artistic form of something, of expression, but it's also teaching him acceptance and diversity of what we typically don't accept to be normal. There is no normal in the world.
All right, so we've been all shiny, happy people holding hands here, but there's ups and there's downs. Like, so how do you manage the ups and the downs, and more specifically, the downs?
You have to allow yourself to feel. And I constantly hear from people saying, oh, I'm being judged for feeling, I'm being judged for crying. Do not let anyone tell you how to grieve. Everybody has a different grieving process. If you got to cry, cry. It's like taking a poop. Sometimes you just have to do it and you will feel better after you let it out.
Wow, that's the most graphically profound thing I have heard in some time. But it's true.
You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Ooh, talk to me about that. Say that one more time. What is that?
You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
And what does that mean?
Don't let people tell you how to grieve. You have to go through your own emotions. You have to accept your own emotions, and don't feel bad for feeling. You have to go through your thing. So go in your room, play some Sarah McLachlan, cry for an hour, and then go eat some cookie dough. And then an hour later, take a shower, and then you'll feel fine.
Man, like, no, that's ill. Like, that's really real. Cause like, I feel that sometimes I sit down and I just kind of want to cry. And like you say, so you put on that Sarah McLachlan, and you just put it on and you're like,
but ugly cry.
But you, wait, hold on. Right?
Ugly cry.
As that sort of like comes through you and goes through you, Like you feel better and then you get to move forward, even if it's not a huge leap forward, even if it's not turning your junkie walk around immediately.
Baby steps.
It's baby steps. Part of why me and you was cool because you're out here with it. You got your website, you got your vlog. You are talking about what it means to have MS, even the junkie parts, and that's kind of really what I feel is one of the most important things.
For me, it was kind of like an algorithm of self-acceptance. So if I put it all out there, I didn't have a choice but to accept it. So I've
Wow.
started a pilgrimage with my Instagram and Facebook of showing people the good parts, but also showing them the negative parts, but turning it into an artistic form. So it's a
Mm.
little bit more beautiful to look at and more accepting.
Wow. So it's just essentially, it's like, this is a not good thing. However, I'm going through it, and here are these pockets of light that I have and that I will shine. And this thing is not going to dull that shine.
Right. I am determined to turn this into something beautiful.
Absolutely. No, and you are. And that's I think that's kind of why we vibe, you know what I'm saying? Because we're trying to flip this on his head, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I sort of appreciate you, and I really wanted to have you here talking about this, so that maybe,
Thank you.
it could start to crack the ice of like, "Nyeh." And you have every right to feel because your knees don't work and your eyes stink and you haven't gone to the bathroom like a normal person in 6 months. And like there's an entire assorted thing of just junk that this disease is. And I just know that there's something else out there for you in it, and you just kind of got to find it, and you kind of got to rebuild your life and work to retell your story and reframe it in a different way. And that's what you have been doing. And that's kind of what I'm doing with this vlog and this community. Like, I, you know, I'm a nerd, so this is easy for me. But talking about my disease, like sort of making sure I deliver every single week, it's something that it's outside of me. But this MS is in me. So it's some strange paradox. But I get so many cool people to relate to through it. And that's what you do
Absolutely.
with your stuff.
It's been so amazing to connect with so many people worldwide, younger generations, older generations, that I've had older generations reach out to me that have had MS for 30 plus years saying, you're bringing a different perspective and a different view on this. Thank you. And it's like, that's what it's all about. Whether we reach one person or 1,000 people, putting change in motion of changing the stigma of what disability looks like, changing your mindset. When you change your perspective, you change your reality. And these are all things that are possible, and everybody is capable. Everybody is capable.
This disease is so hard, and there's a lot of darkness in it. And finding some sort of light, some sort of sunshine in it is how you will get through and how you will get better and how you will do better. That's a thing that someone like me keeps in my heart and sort of it drives me. I can tell it sort of drives you. And like you are one of these pieces of light out here. Where can people find you on the interwebs?
Sure. So you guys can find me on Instagram at a hot ms, Facebook a hot ms, as well as my website www.ahotms.com.
When you got all the branding, Brittany done took all of hotms.com, y'all. So if you trying to do it too, you're gonna have to go through Brittany Kiros, baby. Look, I appreciate you giving me some of your time to talk through some of these really tough, difficult things. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me, Damien. And most importantly, it's okay to be a hot MS.
It's okay to be a hot MS. Maybe you'll get it together tomorrow. Hell, maybe you'll be a hot MS for the rest of your life. I don't know your life. That's not important. Like what is important is that you sort of still really believe that there's goodness out here for you. And even if you don't feel good right now, that maybe you'll feel good tomorrow. And that enough of that hope is enough to just sort of keep you moving forward and to have you write your story, write your MS story in another way. People like, comment, describe. Also,
Subscribe.
please subscribe, but also tell me some more about what you're going through to change your MS story. Are you adding some new habits? Are you dropping some old habits? Let me know in the comments. Keep hype!